I got to work with Funny, who's the founders of Swiggy. Funny is first your best friend and then your manager. And there is no tough conversations with him because he's really interested in you. He wants to help you grow. I was born and brought up in Hyderabad. I stayed there for the first 15, 17 years of my life, and it's been pretty chill. Very middle class, normal family. Then I joined BITS, and BITS has been probably one of the most pivotal points. I think it helped me in 2-3 ways. The first for me is the kind of people that I've met, and some of the people that I've met there have been with me so far. We've traveled 15-16 years together. We have seen our highs and lows and everything together, and those are the friends that I still stick to. Second, I think it really opened doors to spread my wings and figure out what's out there. I really believed that you can love work. There is interesting work and you can do it, and that realization made me always look for work that I really love and I'm not doing it for a paycheck. I initially joined another company which was a HR agency, and my job was there to work on Naukri. It was a customer care job. So my job was to go at 9, call up people, ask them, hey, we have some jobs, are you interested in the job? I didn't get placed in college, so I had to join the customer call center, and then I did that. And so I used to call, and I did that for about, I distinctly remember, 49 days. And then I was like, yaar, ye to nahi karna hai. So I quit my job, and then I looked around and I shortlisted a list of companies that I would work for, and I wrote to all the founders saying, I'll work, I don't need anything, but I want to come and work. And so I got calls from a bunch of them, and I chose Sokrati based on the interview process. Sokrati was the next big step jump for me that I saw, and what Sokrati did for me was work with amazing leaders. What really surprised me was the amount of opportunity that you have when you join an early stage startup. Startups really encourage you and give you a lot more opportunities for you to do better, and founders at Sokrati were really great that way. They were like, hey, you seem to be doing this well, we'll give you 2 more opportunities, we'll do this, etc. That's really where I found my calling for product management. I started building small tools. My first product management tool was just built on Excel. The day that I built it, that night I didn't sleep. I was like, tomorrow I have to go and show it to these people and see what they would like. And people really liked it. Then I wanted to do one more. Then I wanted to do one more. And I just couldn't stop. And I was like, enjoying building these tools. Like I said, it's always about enjoying the work that you sort of do and not doing it for it. I started right out of Sokrati. At that point, I saw that chatbots were coming up, Facebook has opened up, and I saw a huge opportunity there. I was working with a lot of e-commerce brands in Sokrati. I partnered with 100+ e-commerce brands. I had a very deep understanding of their marketing, with their CMOs and relationships, etc. And I sort of saw the problem, and I was like, hey, I think this could solve and this could create a meaningful impact for all the businesses. I didn't have a sales team, so I was traveling from Pune to Bangalore, Pune to Mumbai, trying to set up meetings, trying to cold email, trying to figure out how to do sales and everything. And the first paycheck when I got was like, I couldn't believe that, hey, I actually thought of a problem, created a solution, went to market and made money out of it. So it was very satisfying that you were able to do it, and a very grounding and humbling experience in terms of what it takes to build a business. Your appreciation for founders really increases a lot more when you really go through the struggles firsthand. I think I've had the opportunity to work with some of the best companies like Flyrope, Shopperstop, Myntra. At that time, building conversational experiences for these brands, I was just super excited and thrilled to be solving a problem more than what I was making or how the company was doing. So I sort of looked around and I felt that I wanted to work with some of the best leaders in the industry and learn from them directly. And then I came across Avinash, and Avinash was working in Ola as the head of product. He moved to Super Daily, and before that he had some experience in Silicon Valley. So I reached out to Avinash, and we had a few conversations, and he was like, hey, you're very entrepreneurial, you're very hustly, so I'll take a bet on you, and I'll try to see if we can coach you to become a product manager. That's one of the other things that I figured out, which is that you always need a great manager and an environment who are willing to take that bet on you. And then I got into Swiggy. I would define Swiggy as one of the places with the highest talent density. You can go into any room at Swiggy and know that you're not the smartest person there, and that's the most important thing. Are you being surrounded by people around you from whom you can learn? And that's been my experience with Swiggy from day one. And then Avinash told me something at that point which really stuck with me. He was like, I'm not going to do any work here. My entire job is to just set you up so that you are able to create a lot of impact. And it made me think very differently about the role of a manager. I think I've met a lot of leaders working in the industry over the last 8 to 9 years. But Funny is very unique in the sense that he's his managerial style is very different from anyone else that you would meet. Funny is first your best friend and then your manager, and there is no tough conversations with him because he's really interested in you. He wants to help you grow. I have been part of the Super Daily business unit at Swiggy, which has seen its fair share of ups and downs, and most businesses go through it. If you have a great leadership who are able to set a strong vision, if you have employees who really stick together and are able to do, I thought that was the best recipe for success that a startup can hold true for. One methodology that I always use, which is that if you have 10 hours to solve a problem, spend the first 8 hours trying to understand the problem, and then the last 2 hours in trying to actually solve it. I find that product management is a role that I really want to do. So I think anyone wanting to get into product management, I would say the 3 things that you should try and do. Try to be a problem solver. Second, solve problems in your day-to-day life. Pick out apps, pick out websites and say what you would do differently about them, or try to analyze the choices that they have made. And third, try to figure out a manager or a mentor that can really help you fast track your journey. So there's really many inspirations, and today the field has been a lot more formalized than what it was 8 to 9 years ago. For example, then we didn't have formal product management rules. The amount of documentation was available was very less. But today product management has reached a certain maturity. There are people who have done it for 8 to 9 years, people who have done it for 4 to 5 years. You have a lot more people to reach out to. I was looking out for coming back and doing 0 to 1 journeys again. I've done a couple of startups before, and I was looking, I thought like I went to Swiggy, I wanted to learn the frameworks and the right way to do product management, and I've done some work there, and I wanted to come back to what I really wanted to do, which is 0 to 1 journeys, and apply my learnings and build it out. So I started scouting, I started looking out for opportunities in 0 to 1 spaces, and I came across Stable Money through a mutual connect. I came across Saurabh. And when I heard the problem statement that Saurabh was going after, that Stable Money was going after, I got very excited about it, and I initiated a conversation, and we spoke for a few days on what is the problem that we are trying to solve, and I was very excited about it. 2-3 things that I was broadly looking for. I was looking for a team that I can work with, that I can gel with the founders, and I really aligned with the values of what we are, of what is a company that we want to build. And Saurabh definitely echoed that. He was an ex-Swigster, and he has very Swiggy-esque values that he brings to the table, and that was largely what I was looking at. Do we have a team that can hustle, that is fierce, and that can go after chasing a very large problem and solving the problem? And second, is the problem exciting to me? Do I want to wake up on a Monday morning really trying to go into office saying that I really want to build this for myself? And both of them tick mark, and I didn't think about anything else. There was very little for me to think of, and that's why I got Stable. I think there are 2 things that are super important to me. One, how do you build a team? And how do you grow a team here at Stable that really is a world-class product team? And second, landing the entire proposition. I've spoken to one of the customers recently, a 35-year-old person who was like, hey, you know what? I've been trying to figure out how to diversify my money and put into stable investment products, and it takes me almost 3 to 4 months to figure out options that are safe and low risk, etc. Trying to really go after these customers for whom you have a genuine pain point. And when I was showing him the designs of, hey, here is how we are going to solve about it, and the twinkle that you can see in his eyes that, hey, this is what I've been waiting for, this really solves my problem. Those are moments that you live for, those are the aha moments that you get. And can you do that at scale? Can you do that for the next 50,000, 1 lakh customers in the next 6 months? That's what I'm looking forward to.